Hi,
Hi,
I'm going to
I'm
talk
going to talk about
from my
some of my
experiences
experiences
in
in
school.
school.
Great place
Great place to
to be.
be.
I figured
I
out my
figured out my
plan.
dad
Watch it
watches
sometimes.
sometimes.
Hey,
Hey,
so
so
school.
school.
Yep,
Yep,
that
that
that's
that's
something.
something. Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna be
Okay, I'm gonna
honest.
be honest.
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
School for you
School for
guys,
you guys,
the
the
younger
younger
generation.
generation.
I don't know
I
if
don't
it's
know if it's
messing y'all
messing
up.
y'all up.
Man,
Man,
I can
I can
say,
say,
I can
I
say
can
that
say that
people
people
don't think
don't think
I'm normal.
I'm normal.
People don't
People
think
don't
that
think that
I'm
I'm
reacting
reacting
well enough.
well enough.
Mainly rage
Mainly
bait.
rage bait.
Rage
Rage
bait.
bait.
What
What
a
a
cool
cool
thing that
thing that
happens
happens
to
to
people.
people.
Rage bait.
Rage bait.
You
You
know, like,
know, like,
hold on,
hold on,
give me a
give me
second.
a
I'm
second. I'm
echoing, aren't I?
echoing, aren't I? All right. Hello again. So, let's talk about rage baiting real quick. People think it's a good thing. What is good about it? You suck. You're a loser. Haha, dickhead. Do you feel good about that? Does that make you feel great? I look. People are gonna hate you, and people are gonna hate you. Do you not understand that? Or do you actually think that everyone's gonna like you no matter what? Have you ever been tripped before? Whenever I touch the oh, stop doing it. Okay. Do you ever? Do you ever? I'm sorry. I just my personal experiences. What? Huh? That's funny. Okay. So mental health, eh? I cannot see mental health, eh? What's so good about mental health? Ha ha ha. Um, I don't know. What is mental health? Mental health is not something you just get teached about. Yet people talk about it when you grow up. People been talking about it on the internet. I just didn't pay attention to it much. And I guess I can say I'm not healthy. Honestly, I've had my fair share with sicknesses. I've thrown up a lot before. I've been told that I had a seizure before. Don't really remember it since then. Ages. I don't know. What do you think makes you special? Is it just because you're special in general? And if you are special in general, what does that mean? Because I don't know what makes me special. I'm trying. I don't know. I really don't. I can't really talk about myself without being disgusted, wanting things to change. The reason why I say I can't really look at myself or look at my past without being disgusted is because I don't have all the stuff I once had. I was kind of forced to talk to people back in the day. Now I try to avoid that at all costs because when you're in school, you slowly realize not everyone's nice. And sometimes you can just be minding your business. And you can also have a friend that also minds their business. But they have some kind of like, they're just overly hyper or something. And this other guy wants to be your friend, but doesn't want your other friend to get involved. Or you could just be minding your own business. And someone just, yeah, I don't exactly know, but like they were the definition, they were the stereotype of a bully. I don't know why. They never really told me why. They just acted like one. And I didn't really do anything wrong. I didn't really look at them the wrong way. I didn't tell them, I don't know, man. I feel like this rage bait is just messing with my head, and it's probably gonna mess with a lot of your heads. I used to deal with rage bait. Hold on, I can't do it like this, but has anyone ever just, like, do you even know about the thing? This? They do that symbol under their waist, and you automatically get slapped in the back of the neck. I don't know, people used to do that to me. No, I didn't think it was funny. I mean, I kind of laughed it off because what else was I supposed to do? They seemed like they were having fun. I didn't want to ruin their fun. And after all, I learned from my mom that if I ruin any fun that she thought was fun, then I would get punished for it. So I thought if I did that to anyone else, I would get the same treatment. I want to say that not everyone's perfect. My mom is sort of a hypocrite. She tells me not to talk behind people's backs, not say anything bad about them at all. Yet she does that crap. Like, she talks behind people's backs to me. She tells me not to talk to behind people's backs, but she's like, "Oh, Sinjina, she's not taking care of her kid. Do you see that? Oh, Patrick's he, he looks kind of stupid with that ugly shirt or something." I'm not doing exact examples because I just don't want to. I forget. I forget pretty quickly, actually. My mom says it's all the games that are making you forget. That's why you're forgetting, because you're playing on the games. Games aren't gonna be there every day. Why don't you do something like play outside, do the dishes, and then after that, I don't know. Because she doesn't know what I should do for my free time. Yet she tells me not to play games. He used to tell me, "Oh, why aren't you so or he tells me now, "Why aren't you so confident? Why aren't you this? Why aren't you that? Why aren't you talking enough? Why aren't you talking to me? Why aren't you like sharing all your opinions? You act like you're scared every time I ask you to talk." Well, maybe it's because I've been told, not directly, but kind of passively, don't freaking talk unless talking to or spoken to. And don't say the wrong thing because I could set off somebody's rage or something. People get mad pretty easily. That's what I've learned from school. Some people get mad pretty easily. I know for a fact my older brother and my dad get mad really easily. And guess what? Apparently, it's genetic. Because I do the same bullshit. And I don't like it. So you know what I do? Actually, nah, I'd ask you a question. How do I not get mad at someone when they make me mad? Have you put your answer in? Alright, here's what I think. Here's what I do. Here's my secret to not let anyone know that they're mad at you or you're mad at them or you just don't want to yell at them. If you don't want to yell at somebody, don't talk to them. Distance yourself away from them. And then guess what? They're gonna walk up to you, be like, "Why are you not talking to me anymore? What are you doing? Why can't you tell me what's wrong? Why can't you tell me this? Why can't you tell me that?" And then I have to say, "What's wrong with your freaking brain? Did you forget already?" Look, my mom is, I don't even know if she's bipolar, but she says some stuff, and then if, like, when I try to confront her about that stuff, she's like, "What? I never said that. I never said all that. I never said all that." It's just kind of tiring. So I shut up, and I don't talk about it. And that's where it leads to my brother asking, "Why don't you talk that much? Why should I?" Now, with you guys, you viewers, that's been watching my channel for a while, there's something called pretending imagination. Not pretending, acting, acting. That I've been doing for a while, but there's really no reason for me to act in front of you guys because it's like me acting in front of you guys, what's that gonna benefit? I don't gain anything from doing that. So that's why sometimes I make these videos where I talk straightly to you guys instead of acting like I'm hippy happy Dory and everything's all right, nothing's wrong. But someday you guys are gonna come up with the same thing, or you guys are gonna realize the same thing, or something. Because whether you like it or not everybody's perfect. Not everybody's gonna be nice to you, not even your parents. And they're gonna act like they were nice to you because that's the only thing that they can think of. If they don't act, if they admit that they weren't nice to you, then some legal stuff can happen to them, and then they get taken away, and then guess what? You don't have any more parents anymore. But this was about school as well. I did talk to you about the under the waist thing. I get slapped on the back of the neck. I I would laugh it off, but I really didn't like it. And I really don't like when people say man up or be a man or like, because sometimes life is gonna throw stuff at you that it seems like you can't solve it. Like you're stuck in that one situation and you can't fix it. And then people are gonna expect you to be able to fix it, but you know for a fact that it's gonna be really difficult to try to fix that thing. Like being fired from a job and then having to find another one. It took me a while to find another one. I wanted to find something that I knew I would be good at, but I was running out of money, so I kind of had to get another job quickly, and I didn't really think. So now I'm in another job where my life could be on the line. Hey, at least I'm getting paid. Now I can live in a house instead of being homeless and getting eaten by bugs and then turning into compost so then I can later turn into a flower or remains of my body can. I don't know why I'm sad most. No, I know why I am. I know why I am. The whole reason why I am is because people can't be perfect. I wish they could, but they can't. And the more I admit that to myself, the more I don't want to live in this world anymore. Because not everyone's going to be kind. And that's the harsh truth. And I can't just change your mind, be like, hey, be nice to me, without getting hurt in the process. So that you can realize how being mean actually makes other people feel. And there are some people where if you show them that you're being hurt by their feelings, they don't care. So that's probably my reason. That's is my reason why I one day I might go radio silent. That's one of the reasons. Because not everybody's perfect. I would love for them to be, but they're not. I would love everyone to be perfect. I would love everyone to not have any flaws. And there's only really one way out. And it's the shameful path. Everyone's like, why'd you do that? Why would you do that? That you have so much to live for. Really? What? What is it? What makes me so special out of the 7 billion? That's a million plus a million. Or a billion times, million times 10, I think. It's just annoying. Like, what makes me so special out of literally anyone else? My ideas aren't original, and they never will be. That's the problem of having too many people. You guys just love having more babies 24/7. And you expect me to have to look at your child, just whack another child on the head, or kill another child's emotions and expect that to be normal? You expect me to watch another child bully another child and expect that to be normal. Yeah, little Billy is just playing around. He didn't actually mean that. then why the fudge is detention in school? Why is detention a thing in the first place? They do mean that. Kids will hit other kids, no matter what you think. That's why detention is a thing in the first place, dumbass. You guys all try to pretend that, like, I'm talking to adults here now. I'm talking to everyone that is probably 30, over 30, the older generation, Gen X, millennials, because y'all just act. Y'all just act. Y'all are acting. Y'all love to act. Y'all should be in a movie called The Millions of Idiots because y'all think children are innocent. What's the story of Cain and Abel? How old was who killed who? I think it was Cain who killed Abel. I don't know, but I know for a fact that all children aren't in some children aren't innocent. I know that for a fact because I wasn't. I've changed. I've actually became the opposite of who I was. I I if you would have met me when I was younger, I would have probably tried to be smarter than you, no matter what. I probably would have told you that you are nothing to me. I probably would have just asked you out for on a date. Frick, but now like I'm just like I'm the opposite. I'm like I say almost 24/7 that you're better than me. You're smart. You're brave. You're beautiful. You're strong. And I'm nothing. I've been saying that. At least after I finished my streams, after I slowed down my stream uploads, because it's hard to pretend. It's hard to act. It really is. I would love to be on the big screen. I would love to be on the big screen in any way possible. I would love to be an actor. I would love to be a voice actor. But acting in a place that isn't a film or acting or pretending that you're this when you really aren't is kind of annoying. And if I stopped pretending, people would say man up. People would say be stronger, just man up. Because I am a man. I'm a boy. I was given that by God. And as most men know, you can't lean on anyone's shoulders. You're expected not to lean on anyone's shoulders because then you're weak. And no man wants to be weak. No man wants to be weak. If you lean on anyone's shoulders, if you look, if I was confronted by anyone about like how do I actually feel, I would honestly be afraid to even tell them the truth because they would just say, "Man up, be stronger. You got this." Even though I know for a fact that I don't. I know there will always be someone better than me. I know there will always be someone more handsome than me. I know that there will always be someone that's just overall has better stats than me. And what do I get for just saying the truth? Everything that I would get if I didn't say the truth. If I said that I was stronger than you, I would be called a narcissist. If I said that I was weaker than you, I would be called a stupid idiot. It's the same path no matter what. You're being called something that's not good. My family asked me, "Why are you so sad? Why have you considered suicide?" I just okay, I heard some music. Let me try that again. What happened when I said suicide? Suicide. Okay, didn't happen that time. It's just really, really annoying, bro. Like to have to pretend. It's tiring to have to pretend in front of a stage 24/7. That's why because my older brother lives somewhere else. He doesn't actually live with he doesn't he's staying with me because he's not financially stable to move back to where he belongs. And like he always asks me questions 24/7 about how are you doing? What are you doing? How have you been? And then every time I answer the question truthfully, he's like, "What? Why do you feel that way?" Look, you don't have to feel that way. You just gotta man up. You just gotta be stronger. And then when I say, I can't, I'm incapable of doing that, he's like, try harder. Try harder. All you gotta do is try harder. I bet my dad would say the same thing too. I can't. I've tried. Have you ever, have you ever, if someone called you an idiot, have you ever walked up to them and told them, no, I'm not an idiot? What have they told you? What would they say back to you? You already know. You already know what they would say. They would say, yes, you are. And then you say, no, I'm not. And then they would say, yes, you are. And then it would keep on going and keep on going. And it wouldn't stop until some teacher breaks it up or some adult breaks it up. And then you would walk away and you would still say, yes, you are. It's not, you technically haven't won that battle. And if you say nothing, technically you also haven't won the battle. You're still looking like an idiot at the end of the day. Now, if you haven't had that interaction, good grace to you. God has blessed you greatly. And you are a blessed child, a soldier of God. He has great stuff for you. How about we pray for you specifically? God, help anyone who is watching this video because they probably need it. If they're watching this video, this, I'm just saying, this world is too corrupt for me, and I don't want whoever behind the screen to be corrupt the same way I am. I feel like I've lost all hope, but I think you should keep on going. Why? Because most likely you're younger than me. Most likely you have a different mindset than I do. I praise you, and I hope you keep walking on through the grace of God. Amen. I, I, look, I don't, I'm just tired of trying to walk through this acting like everybody is so special. Everybody will treat me correctly if I tell them to. I've been doing that when I was younger. Maybe I didn't do it right, but that doesn't mean I wasn't trying. I have vivid memories of telling people that I miss, and they telling me that no, I'm not that, and you should get your facts right. I just want everything to be perfect. But it doesn't look like that's gonna happen anytime soon. And people love to tell me if that's not gonna happen, don't do that. That's a permanent. You're wasting your life. You've got so much potential. Oh yeah, so much potential, huh? Let's look at my dad. What is he doing right now? He's getting bitches. He's he's eating that pussy 24/7, back to back with different women. What's my mom doing? She's not really doing the same thing. And she's telling me to not be like my dad. But yet she also kind of has people over, a person over specifically. Um, and she just loves to say how he's my boyfriend. He's not actually my married man. If he's not your married man, why is he in your bed? What you gonna do when your married man comes along? Because I don't think you're gonna give up that specific man when you're about to get your married man. You seem like you like this guy so much. Just make it official. And she's like, no, the man will do that for me when he's ready. Look, look, I need to tell you something. If a man walks up to you and you're female, if a man walks up to you and tells you, hey, you want to go on a date, you're probably going to say no. And guess what? That man's going to lose confidence. And he's especially going to lose confidence if he doesn't realize that that lady doesn't act, is not into men. He's going to think that his chances have dropped tremendously because now gay is being regular, is normal. It's kind of hard to live in this society when you can't get a girlfriend. And your dad's just saying, hey, why don't you get a girlfriend? Why don't you have a girlfriend? Why aren't you seeking out a girlfriend? I don't want to seek out a girlfriend because if I do, I look creepy. But if I don't, I look like a loser. I look like a loser already just playing VR chat. Did you know that if you play VR chat even a little, even a little, even if it's your first day and you got your first avatar on your first day, people will think you're a loser. People think you never touched grass in your entire life. That's just facts. That's, hold on, do I even have it? I don't. But I put my pronouns on any. Why? Because, well, if I tell somebody that I actually touch grass, they're still not going to believe me. If I tell somebody that, if I tell somebody something, they're just not going to believe me because you're trained to not trust anyone if they don't do exactly what you're doing. If you're not gay and somebody else is gay, they're evil. They're basically Joker at this point. I'm just saying the norm. I'm just saying the norm. Especially in my family, too. If I were gay, if I came out gay to my parents, I feel like I would be shamed. That's why I forced myself to like girls. Isn't that a crazy sentence to say? I just sound so crazy, don't I? I've been told from my mom, brother, and dad that I sound crazy. No matter when I try to say deep subjects. And guess what? Mom, dad, and brother. If you try to ask me about why do you feel this way, the real reason and the real reason why I don't have an answer for you is because I'm scared. You all have anger issues. Not just dad, not just the older brother. You all have it. That's why me and my little brother have it now. You all have it. And I know if I say that, they're just gonna be like, "Oh, I'm speaking crazy. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm being possessed by the devil." And then when I say, "Okay, why don't you eliminate me?" Then I obviously don't belong in this world. They're like, "No, no, you do belong. You matter. Listen to me. You matter more than anything." Really? Because it looks like you're doing pretty good. Making babies and making them have anger issues, you've done well. You've done well. Out of all the 7 billion people, you've made children that have anger issues. Good on you. Great. I feel great. You know what? Sometimes life can have great things. You teach a child favoritism and they go a mile. And they show their children what favoritism is as well. And you're like, oh, who raised you? Where'd you learn that favoritism from? Where the do you think? Where'd you get those anger issues from? What do you think? Dang, my index finger not even working anymore. It was working. No, it doesn't want to anymore. Huh. That's funny. Okay. Why are you a hypocrite all of a sudden? Where do you think? Well, that's mainly my mom. I don't think my dad is a hypocrite. He's just a really, really angry person. He's Hulk. Smash. I that's not what I meant Hulk smash as in like the attack he does. Work. I just I want to stop pretending. I want to be real with you guys. But I don't want this to be seen too much as well. If I name it something, if I name this video what it's actually about, a lot of people will see it, especially my family. But if I name it something that doesn't correspond with what this video is actually about, no one's gonna see it. Not a single person. I mean, okay, so I did have this planned. Holy crap. Look, if you've all came to my stream and you were here while I was doing vlogs and actually being real with you guys, telling my feelings, what I thought, one time I said I was gonna slow down my uploads and I was gonna slow down streaming too. You guys thought I was quitting YouTube. Why the fuck would I quit? I don't get paid for this shit. I would have never done it in the first place. If I went to do parkour and I wasn't getting paid for that crap, I would do parkour because it's fun. I play Mega Bonk. I made a video about Mega Bonk because I thought it was fun. Not because I thought a bunch of people would watch it, because I thought it was fun. You need to understand that. And you need to actually watch the full video. Like, if you don't have time to watch one of my videos at that time, watch it another time. Until you get to the very end, understand everything. That's when you fully watch the video. That's when you actually watch the video. But it seems like I'm the only one who does that. There's only one person who watches the video throughout, even if it's a 1 hour video, even if it's a 10-hour video. I know, I'm not pulling your attention constantly because I'm not a fucking movie theater. I'm not a great director either. I'd say I'm a great voice actor. I'm a decent actor, but I'm not the best director. Because I don't want to push someone around if I don't want to be pushed around that way. I don't want to tell somebody something if I wouldn't do it myself. Especially if I know for a fact that that person doesn't like doing that thing, I wouldn't tell them to do it. Just as simple as that. Look, I don't even know if I'm gonna upload this video. I'm I'm probably definitely gonna upload this video like I did the last one, where I was in full suit and you could see my whole body. But like, I feel like I should have some warning signs. If I just go radio silent, if I just stop talking for like almost forever. 'Cause I don't know if I'm gonna die from me or if I'm gonna die from the world. This world ain't dangerous. This world ain't the safest place. People die. Whether that's from other humans, me, or what happens inside of me. I used to have asthma. Look at me now. At the age of 15, I think it was, or 16, I overcame asthma. Then guess what? I started getting exposed to smokers. And I actually felt like one time I felt like I was gonna have an asthma attack. I feel like I should have an inhaler now again. But I love running around. I love attempting parkour when I have the chance, of course, when no one's looking. But I also don't have a lot of places where I could do parkour. I don't have a lot of spaces where I could be myself. So if I wanted to be myself, if I wanted to have fun, I would have to do it in private. Because there was this one time where I loved jumping from couch to couch at my old house because I thought it was a part of parkour. Jumping from couch to couch to couch to couch to couch. Oh my gosh, glass table. Oh no. What if mom sees? What if mom sees? Hey, um, what do you think's more important? Blood on your feet or if your mom sees? I'd say if mom sees. Who cares about a bloody foot? I could break my arm and no one would care. I could break my neck and no one would care. Except my parents. Because I would be dead. I would I would love to say my parents do not care about me. But they say 24/7. Oh, I care about you. Don't do this to yourself. You'd become this, you'd become that. I know for a fact. It's only because I live with my mom. It's because I live with one of my parents. I depend on them. I told my mother, hey, what if I was homeless? What if I deliberately walked out the house? She misunderstood. She misunderstood. She was like, Well, if you do, obviously that means you hate me, right?" No, I'm trying to help you out so that I don't have to eat off of you, dumbass. The whole reason why I want to walk out of your house is so you won't have to worry about me munching off your food that you pay for. So you won't have to worry about me using your light bill that you pay for. Of course I have to pay for it as well. And of course I have to be your slave 24/7. Do I like being a slave? Not really. I, doing things for other people. You know, at one point I thought maybe if I had somebody that I was romantically attached with, maybe I would do anything for them. I'm starting to doubt that. I really am. And I think you should too. You should think your life choices. Don't reset character now. You should not kill yourself now, no matter how many people say that. That's another thing I want to get on. People say kill yourself as if it was a joke. I still don't know how to do this. I'm very sorry. KYS has become a joke that is included in rage baiting. But did you know that people actually do the action after some people say to do the action? Why? Well, because people hate this place. Not everybody's perfect. And do people like that people are not perfect? No, I think. I mean, that's how I feel right now. I love for people to just act differently, act nicer, no matter what. But manipulating's a thing. Talking behind people's back is a thing. Stealing's a thing. Rape is a thing. Killing is a thing. Oh, how I'd love to those things not be a thing. Oh, how I would love for people to just act normal. For people to just not do bad things. For this place to be a utopia. But it's not. Only Star Trek can be that. But it's a fantasy. And you know what fantasy is? It's not real. Especially if you make a character in your brain and then say that he's the most perfect person in the world. You better hope you don't go back to reality, because then you're gonna realize that, oh, I'm ugly. I'm actually pretty boring. And I don't think that I'm worth anything at all. Look, I'm just a voice actor. Why? Because I thought it would be fun. I thought making voices are fun. Back in the day, I wanted to do things to seem cool, to seem that I'm better than you. And guess what I do now? Sit around, mope around, be like, "Oh, what am I good at?" I haven't found it yet. I'm still learning how to be a voice actor. I'm still watching videos 24/7. I'm watching videos about acting 24/7. I'm doing my research. Trust me, I'm doing my research in the background. But that doesn't lift up my confidence automatically. It doesn't lift up my confidence that I'm gonna be good at this and I'm gonna be accepted right off the gate. A part of me wished that. money wasn't a thing because then if we didn't have money, we didn't have to work. And if we didn't have to work, jobs wouldn't be a thing. But we have money. No, we have lots of money. And we gotta spend it on things. A house, bills, more bills. Then guess what? Bills again. You just get money to spend money. If you want a house, spend money. To get money, get a job. And then get a job, you don't get paid that much. And you want to know how to get paid really good? Get a job that is really hard to get. Or get a job that you could easily be killed by. Or get a job that just nobody else is good at. That's kind of the easiest one. Get a job that nobody else is good at. All it requires is sit down, Kyle. Listen to me. I am your master. Be obedient to me and only me. Okay, Kyle? I'm sorry if your name was Kyle. That was just a demonstration of like what school is in general. That's school in a nutshell. Be obedient to me and only me. Guess what? There are so many people who love saying be obedient to me. And I'm looking around like, whoa, 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 whoa. This guy's saying obedient to me. This girl's saying be obedient to them. Who do I be obedient to? Because they're all saying be obedient only to me. Key question, key answer, keyword, only. They never say this person, be obedient to this person, be obedient to this person. They say be obedient only to this person. I mean, there are some scriptures in like Taoism. I think it's called Taoism, where they say be obedient to your mom and be obedient to your dad, but what if your dad is abusive and drinks alcohol and smacks you almost all the time, or smacks your mom? Like, are you still supposed to follow Taoism then? Of course you are, because then you're a useless motherfucker if you don't. You're basically nothing if you don't follow me. That's basically all religions. You amount to nothing if you don't follow me. That's all religions. That's every single religion. I just put every single religion in a nutshell. Oh my God. Look, I'm sorry if I'm making you mad. I get mad a lot. All right. We'll just I forgot what I was saying. We'll continue just a little bit. So, man, you know how everyone's so good at music nowadays? I wish I was. Heck, I even took a music class. I was even in a chorus. I have a recorder. Can I do any songs on it now? No. No, I can't. Just saying. Okay, that's the end of the video, guys. Just wanted to say, I'm not good at anything. You're so great. You're powerful. You're strong. If I die, Hey, let it be funny. Or don't cry about it, please. You don't need to. Why would you? And if any of my friends, who I usually play games with, wonder, hey, why am I not responding anymore? Here's your reason. Yeah, I'll probably put this on schedule this for like a future time, but as of now, this has been recorded on September 25, 2025. See you guys. Have a great New Year's, Christmas, October. I love you. See you later. I love you. And I will always love you, even if I'm dead. Who cares about that? You've got Nate to do the exact voice that I'm doing right now. You've got, oh, what's his name? He does the voice, Fortnite girl voice trolling. Those are the only ones I know about. There are others. There is definitely a funny TikToker that can do a couple of voices. I don't exactly know, bro. But he's also really good at doing a girl voice. There was this one TikTok of his that I loved watching. It's like, hey,
Excuse me,
sir,
sir. Where's the meat
can
at?
you
Do you
tell
know?
me where the steak
Huh?
is?
Hey, my
Oh
my
yeah, it's
fault,
over.
big
What
bro.
the fuck? He's like, oh, my bad, dude. It was so funny, man. Anyways, I'm just a viewer like all you guys, but I make content just like almost all you guys because I realize now that most of the people who actually watch content make content. I'll see you later at the end of the road.
You
I'll see you
in the next
in the
video.
next video.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Don't forget to keep your
Keep that chin
chin
up,
up,
work hard, believe in yourselves, and as always,
and all
have
that.
a
I
bye
don't
five.
have a bye five.
But hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to Samurai, slice that like button. Subscribe today to join Samurai. And until next time, my brothers and sisters.
I forgot Jacksepticeye's one. Ah, see you later. Don't really have a professional outro because I don't need one. Why would I? I don't get paid for this shit.